There is a profound mystery surrounding the fact that we are born into families that often wound us. Life sometimes seems cruel in its unfolding, placing us at the center of environments that test our patience, love, and resilience. But what if it isn't a coincidence? What if somewhere before this plane we chose this exact scenario? Consider this. Isn't the pain that shapes us also the one that awakens us? At first glance, the idea may seem absurd. How could a soul desire experiences of suffering? Yet it is this perspective that invites us to rethink our role amidst familial chaos. The toxicity around us is not merely a burden, it is also an opportunity. There is beauty in every crack, for it is where light finds its way in. No matter how challenging the journey appears, what you have experienced is part of something greater. The screams, the deafening silences, the feeling of not belonging, all these are fragments of a story waiting to be rewritten. You are not alone in this journey. Many carry similar scars. But each mark can serve as a reminder that we are alive, ready to transform what has been handed to us. And so pain becomes an opportunity, a spark to ignite something greater. Your presence in this world is an act of courage. You hold the power to turn bitter memories into stepping stones for a more fulfilling future. Ask yourself, what will you do with all you've lived through? Will you run or face it? The answer, though difficult, is the key to your liberation. The family you were born into is not just a backdrop. It is the stage for your greatest performance. There, you will learn the most complex lessons and find the deepest opportunities for growth. You are not merely a victim of circumstances, but a protagonist capable of reframing your own story. The first step is to understand that suffering is not the end, it is a beginning. Why would the soul choose such profound challenges before incarnating? This question resonates deeply with those who have endured almost unbearable pain. However, there is a spiritual concept that sheds light on this choice. Growth through adversity. Imagine a potter shaping clay into a work of art. It is through pressure, heat, and touch that the form is created. So it is with the soul, seeking expansion through the most challenging experiences. Think of a seed. To bloom, it must first break through the dark, dense soil, facing resistance until it emerges into the light. Similarly, our soul chooses situations that, at first glance, seem insurmountable, but hold within them the potential for profound awakening. The choice is not about suffering itself, but about the possibilities of transcendence it offers. The concept of spiritual free will leads us to imagine that before birth, our souls see the complete panorama of life. They perceive challenges as opportunities for growth. A toxic family environment can be the crucible where we learn invaluable lessons: forgiveness, patience, compassion. These are the fruits that grow when we decide not to become what has hurt us. However, this perspective is not an attempt to romanticize pain. Recognizing the soul's role in choosing its path also validates human suffering. Pain is real, and its impact on our emotions should never be underestimated. Yet, it is in confronting this pain that the key to our transformation lies. You may be wondering, but why me? This is one of the most common questions when facing challenging experiences. The answer does not lie in punishment or divine retribution, but in a profound sense of purpose. The soul that chooses to face such trials has the courage to carry the flame of transformation, not only for itself, but also for those around it. Each obstacle, every difficult relationship, is an opportunity to awaken to something greater. When we view our experiences through this lens, we cease to be prisoners of the past and become architects of a brighter future. The soul does not choose suffering for its own sake, but for what can be achieved through it: freedom, wisdom, and love. Across generations, a pattern repeats itself. Suffering weaves through the ages, creating generational cycles of pain that root themselves as an invisible inheritance. Families carry traumas that seem to perpetuate endlessly, like chains, binding each new member to the weight of those who came before. But what if there were a chosen one? An individual who, amidst the darkness, recognizes the cycle and decides to break it. Being the chosen one is no easy task. It demands courage to confront the shadows of the past and shed light on the darkest secrets a lineage may hold. When you choose to break harmful patterns, you're not only freeing yourself, but also rewriting history for those who come after. It is like a flame that once ignited burns away the chains of what once seemed unbreakable. Generational cycles are complex. They manifest in attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors we come to see as normal. But with careful observation, we realize many of these dynamics were built on unresolved pain. A father unable to love because he was never loved. A mother burdened by bitterness because her hopes were crushed. These stories intertwine, creating a web of suffering that only awareness can unravel. Generational healing begins with awareness. It requires looking at the past with compassion, understanding that, like you, those who came before did the best they could with what they had. Yet recognizing this does not mean accepting the weight as your own. On the contrary, it means finding the strength to free yourself from it. You are the link that can break the chain. By doing so, you're not only transforming your own life, but also shaping the lives of future generations. The changes you make within yourself ripple outward like waves, touching those yet to be born. Being the chosen one is an act of love. A love so profound that it transcends time, healing the past, embracing the present, and paving the way for a lighter, fuller future. Transforming pain into purpose is one of the greatest challenges of human existence. It requires looking at scars not only for the marks they leave, but also for the lessons hidden behind each wound. Suffering doesn't have to be an anchor. It can become a bridge to something greater, a catalyst for discovering our true potential. Imagine gold being purified by fire. It sheds its impurities and reveals its purest shine. The same is true for souls that endure adversity. Each challenge overcome brings a new layer of wisdom, a deeper understanding of who we are and what we are capable of achieving. Many of the greatest examples of resilience have emerged from stories of pain. Think of individuals who turned loss into a cause, tragedy into impactful movements. They are no different from you. What sets them apart is the decision to use pain as a tool for building, not for destruction. Transforming pain into purpose is also an act of self-love. It is acknowledging that despite the hardships faced, we are worthy of something greater. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It is a gradual process that requires patience, self-reflection, and a genuine desire to create meaning amidst the chaos. When you find purpose in pain, it ceases to be a burden. It becomes a source of energy that fuels your actions, guides your choices, and inspires those around you. Your story of overcoming adversity can be the spark others need to begin their own journeys of transformation. The impact of your courage reverberates far beyond what you can imagine. So ask yourself, what can you create from the pain you have experienced? What are the fruits that can grow from the soil that once seemed barren? By embracing these questions, you take the first steps toward a future full of meaning, where every scar tells a story of victory and rebirth. Resilience is like a forge. Each blow, each flame that seems to consume is also what shapes something stronger, more enduring. It is not born from the absence of difficulties, but from the courage to face them. Life, with its ups and downs, is the field where we cultivate this ability not only to endure, but to thrive. Imagine a solitary tree in the middle of a desert. The constant wind might seem like a destructive force, But it is precisely this wind that strengthens its roots, allowing them to dig even deeper into the ground. So it is with us. Each challenge overcome fortifies not only our minds, but also our souls. Resilience is a fire that shapes us, but also reveals us. It teaches us that we are not defined by the blows we endure, but by how we rise after each fall. Every time we choose to move forward despite the weight, we reaffirm our inner strength. And this strength, often quiet, is what propels us onward. On the journey of resilience, we are not alone. People who inspire, who show us that overcoming is possible, serve as beacons in the storm. They remind us that no matter how dark the path seems, there is always light waiting for those who refuse to give up. And as we become resilient, we too become that light for others. Resilience is not just about enduring. It is about transforming. Every pain, every obstacle can become an opportunity for growth, for rebuilding. And in this process, we discover our true essence. By embracing resilience, we do more than survive, we flourish. Healing and spiritual awakening are interconnected aspects of a journey that leads us to inner transformation and the recognition of a greater purpose. To achieve this elevation, it is essential to confront the emotional and spiritual wounds we carry. These marks, far from being merely scars of the past, are gateways that can guide us to a more fulfilling and conscious existence. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools to begin this process. When we quiet the mind, we allow repressed emotions to surface. Conscious breathing connects us to the root of these feelings, offering a safe space to embrace them without judgment. In this state of acceptance, we begin to realize that pain does not have to be eternal. It can be transformed into learning and wisdom. Additionally, mindfulness practice helps us remain present in the moment, recognizing behavioral patterns we often repeat unconsciously. This awareness is the first step in breaking cycles that keep us bound to old traumas. Self-reflection, in turn, is an act of courage. By looking within, we identify the origins of our pain and become capable of reframing them. Another essential practice for spiritual awakening is forgiveness. This act, often misunderstood, does not mean forgetting or excusing offenses, but freeing ourselves from the emotional weight they carry. When we forgive, we create space for peace and love to flow into our lives, raising our vibration and allowing for a deeper connection with our purpose. Spiritual awakening also requires patience with oneself. The path to healing is not linear. It is filled with progress and setbacks, and this is part of the process. Each step forward brings us closer to a more authentic version of ourselves. Allow yourself time to grow, learn, and evolve without rush or pressure. Throughout this journey, the practice of gratitude is a powerful ally. When we acknowledge blessings amidst adversity, we shift our perspective on life. Gratitude helps us value the present and keeps our hearts open to the opportunities for growth that the future holds. Finally, spiritual healing is not just an individual act. It reverberates in everything around us. As we heal, we inspire others to embark on their own journeys of transformation. This collective energy creates an impact that extends beyond our understanding, connecting us to something greater and more universal. As you embark on this process of healing and awakening, remember that every step, no matter how small, is significant. Transformation is a continuous act, and with each passing day, you draw closer to your highest essence. Be willing to face your shadows, for it is within them that light finds space to shine. Transformation is a word that carries within it the essence of renewal. It is the act of leaving behind what no longer serves us, creating space for something new to flourish. After traversing the paths of healing and spiritual awakening, a unique opportunity arises to become the healer of your own story and, in turn, an inspiration to others. The final process of transformation does not happen instantaneously, but unfolds gradually, like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. Each of us has our own rhythm for reaching our fullest version. This rebirth requires courage to embrace the unknown, to let go of what once felt safe but no longer nourishes our essence. As you transform, you become a reflection of everything you have faced and overcome. Your scars are not merely marks of pain, but badges of victory, symbols that you have weathered storms and found serenity. It is in this state of wholeness that you can illuminate the paths of others still walking in darkness. Transformation is not only an individual process. When you change, those around you are also affected. Your actions, words, and energy resonate, creating ripples of transformation that touch everyone and everything around you. You become a catalyst for change, a source of hope and strength. At this point, it is important to remember that the final transformation does not mean the absence of challenges. On the contrary, it signifies the ability to face them with a renewed perspective, with the certainty that you have the tools necessary to overcome them. You are now able to see beyond immediate pain, recognizing the potential for growth that lies within every difficulty. Becoming the healer of your own story is an act of self-love, but also a service to the world. Each time you choose to heal, forgive, and move forward, you contribute to a stronger and more harmonious collective. Your journey becomes a living testimony that overcoming is possible, that light can always prevail over darkness. So embrace your transformation. Allow yourself to live fully, knowing that every step, every choice, and every act of courage is aligned with a greater purpose. By becoming the healer of your story, you also become a source of inspiration to others, showing that even the darkest paths can lead to destinations of light. We conclude this journey reflecting on the true meaning of being born into a toxic family. At first glance, it may seem like an unbearable burden, but from the soul's perspective, it becomes a spiritual opportunity. It is an invitation to grow, transform, and heal, not only yourself, but also those who came before and those who are yet to come. The path we have walked together has revealed that despite adversities, there is always a choice: to perpetuate cycles of pain or to be the breaking point that initiates healing. By taking on the role of the protagonist in your own story, you have already taken the first step. Every challenge you have faced, every obstacle you have overcome, was not in vain. They have shaped your essence, strengthened your resilience, and opened doors to a deeper understanding of purpose. The spiritual journey is, above all, an act of love. Love for yourself, for those who walked before you, and for those who will find a lighter path because of your courage. By freeing yourself from the weight of expectations, grievances, and traumas, you allow yourself to live a life more aligned with your truth and the universe around you. Remember that spiritual awakening is not a destination, but a continuous process. There will always be new lessons, new challenges, and new opportunities for growth. And that is a beautiful thing, as it means evolution never ceases. Each milestone reached is a new chance to shine, to inspire, and to share the light you have found by confronting your shadows. As we close this reflection, carry with you the certainty that nothing in your life happens by chance. Every moment, every pain, and every joy are pieces of a grand puzzle that, when assembled, reveal the magnificence of your existence. You are a brave soul, choosing to grow even in the most difficult circumstances. Being born into a toxic family is not a punishment. It is an opportunity for transformation, growth, and love. By embracing this journey, you not only redefine your story, but also become a beacon for those still trapped in darkness. Your strength, your resilience, and your light are inspirations that echo beyond time. So look at yourself with pride. You are the author of a story that transcends pain, that transforms darkness into light, and that shows the world that even in the most barren terrain, a garden can bloom. The journey continues, and you are ready for every new chapter life brings your way. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us keep bringing deep and inspiring reflections to guide your journey. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we can illuminate even more paths.